Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Going in Blind. So today we have another episode where we have add-ins. So since I started making these decks, there's been some sets coming out. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while, it's been some time, but since I started putting out videos by series, it actually took time in between sets to come out for me to actually show a whole series. And so now that I've completed 5 series, which are the Final Fantasy 1, 4, 7, 15, and actually 6, because it's 13 and 15 now. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. So we have gotten Hidden Hope, a new set. And it's technically Opus 22, right? But I'm gonna call this set Ask and You Shall Receive, because if you guys have been paying any attention to my videos on the Going in Blind, you can tell that these cards were very much needed. So let's start with Final Fantasy X, okay? By the way, this is the second part of another video I made, which counts on the other cards. I'll show them at the end, but we start with Final Fantasy X right now, and then we're gonna go to 12 and 13, okay? So this is amazing. We needed fire cards, and we needed water cards, and we got Jacked, we got Auron, a backup Auron, and we also got another summoner, and another summon. We got that anima, we got it, and then we got the piranha. And so the piranha, I'm not sure what it does, but it's the 5th monster, and all the monsters seem to coincide when they do. So I had to get a playset. I had to quickly buy them. I don't know what any of them do. Typical Going in Blind fashion, I just bought a playset of them because I'm a compulsive buyer like that. So bear with me as we read them. Okay, it's kind of like a reveal, but you guys know all the cards already. I'm just buying them. So we got the Jacked. It's cost 6. It's a forward guardian, and it says it's actually Dissidia. Interesting. It says the cost required to cast Jacked is reduced by 1 for each fire character you control. Let's go. We have a fire only deck. This could cost 0, and it doesn't have this card's cost cannot be 0. It actually bypassed that effect. I guess we're power creeping into the era where these cards don't need to cost more than 0. Okay, so we got that. And it could be a 0 cost 9,000 attacker, okay? That's pretty exciting, especially in fire, which wants to go fast. This could be like a turn 3 card that actually goes down real quickly. But let's see. It says when Jacked enters the field, choose one forward an opponent controls. Jacked and the chosen forward deal damage equal to their respective power to the other, as in fight. They fight each other. That's an MTG mechanic, but yeah, they fight each other, okay? So that's an ETB fight for 9,000. That's really amazing. So it could be a 0 cost fight for 9,000. That seems like removal to me. Not gonna lie, that seems like removal in a card that costs 0 cost removal for fire maze balls, okay? And we also have another fire card, which is the much needed Auron. It's also a guardian, and it's a backup this time. We have 4 Aurons that are forwards in fire, and 1 that's a water forward. But we needed a backup, and we got the backup for fire, the 3rd backup ever. Okay, so we got that guardian with back attack. I still don't know what that means, but we're gonna roll with it. Let's say it's really cool. And also it says when Auron enters the field, choose one forward. During this turn, the next damage dealt to it by your opponent's summons or abilities becomes 0 instead. Okay, temporary protection. I don't know. Let's talk first things first. This is not an eye patch Auron, and the reason for it is because it's actually a Kingdom Hearts art. Okay, I wish we had more Kingdom Hearts cards. They're pretty amazing. We already have Selphie, and also we have Waka. I think Waka, was it? No, it's not Waka. Tidus in Kingdom Hearts arts. I wish we could have some more, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm liking this Auron. Because it's a 2 cost backup, and we really need the backups, okay? And a 0 cost interaction, amazing, okay? Now we have in Ice we have another big breakthrough, an additional summoner card. So we have a deck which has summoners in it. It's the Unalescas though, and we didn't have any other summoner. We still don't have a summon in ice. Maybe in the future, because they listen to us with anima. We'll get to that later. But yeah, summoner, we are now up to 3 summoners, all in ice, and still we don't have an ice summon. Okay, and it says when Seymour enters the field, choose one doll forward and break it. Okay, has nothing to do with summons, so I guess it's not in the plans. Not in the plans at all, I guess. I don't get it, but yeah, anyways, it's pretty cool because we had Seymour locked up in the lightning element, and now we can delve into an ice territory with it. Not quite what we wanted, but we already have Yuna, Unalesca, and now Seymour. Okay, so sounds pretty cool. We also finally have a Lulu lightning forward, and it's still a guardian. Pretty cool. And I love the Moogle. I love how it looks on her. Don't look at her. And it says forward guardian at the beginning of the attack phase. During each of your turns, you may remove 2 summons in your break zone from the game. Okay, I love that it's doing that, because by coincidence the Lulus are all in the deck that had Seymour, which is lightning too, and that deck has 2 summons, and it is effectively another summoner deck, even though it was guardians. But yeah, it has the summons for Seymour to deal with. So Lulu also giving that summon support is pretty amazing. And it says remove them, and when you do, choose one forward, deal it 7,000 damage. Okay, and you can discard one summon, choose one forward, deal it 5,000 damage. Okay, that's double whammy on the removal support. Nice. Now we have the amazing Anima. It's such a cool artwork, not gonna lie. And it's Anima X. I guess that's so that other formats they can mix up their categories. Not ours though, we don't care. But yeah, it's a summon that says for 3 CP, choose one forward an opponent controls, remove it from the game. Wow, removal on the spot. And then it says your opponent draws 1 card. If the CP paid to cast Anima was only produced by backups, also draw 1 card. Amazing. It breaks parity immediately. It is not a 1-for-1. It is now a 2-for-1, because you lose Anima but you gain a card and they just lose a card. Okay, so it's actually you lose, he loses, but then you gain. That's pretty amazing. For 3, you draw a card and they lose something. Super cool. Super cool. It's basically a cantrip. And now we have a Piranha, which is a monster for cost 1, and it says during your turn, Piranha also becomes a forward with 4,000 power. The more monsters they get out, the more they are also forwards. That's pretty cool. I wish they were backups. I really wish, but they're not. So it says when Piranha enters the battlefield, choose one forward an opponent controls. It loses 2,000 power until the end of the turn. But if you have damage 3, when it is put into the field, from the field into the break zone, draw a card. Okay, another cantrippy effect. Hey, it's a 4,000 for 1. It can defend, but I don't care. It gives you draw, and it has you know, choose a forward, loses 2,000. I kind of like that, not gonna lie. Could be tribute fodder, could be a defender, it could be a draw card. I enjoy that a lot. I really do. But hey, we have another summoner, which is gonna be Yuna, and this is all water. It's all water cards. We really needed that. So yeah, we got that Yuna cost 2, and it's a summoner forward that says when she enters the field during this turn, the cost required to cast your next card named Titus is reduced by 2. It cannot be 0. We don't care. Nothing else reduces Titus. So that's always going to be effectively 2 reduction. Never going to be less than that. Really good. It's a really good ramp, I guess. And then when card named Titus enters your field, choose one summon in your break zone. Add it to your hand. And this effect will only trigger once per turn. So it wants to get summons back once Titus enters the field. That's really interesting. So I don't think that Tidus Tidus cards that support Yuna have big ETBs, but they could. They could. But this Yuna is the first one that supports Tidus directly. Everything else has been Tidus supporting her or Guardian supporting her. So that's a very unique Yuna card for doing that to Tidus. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. Stats are not great. Don't care. That's just recursion. Now we have a 5-cost Tidus, and it's actually a limit break. I don't know what that means. I have no clue. I haven't learned how to play this game. It's been 6 months, but I keep making videos on a weekly basis for you guys to enjoy. That's how we are here at Going In Blind. What a great series of know nothing, still show and tell. And it's a forward. Limit cards are still forwards apparently, and it's a Guardian with limit break 3. When Tidus enters the field, if you control 8 or more forwards and or backups, okay, 8 permanents. Oh, monsters don't count. Okay, I get it. But monsters are forwards in your turn. LOL. You may pay 3 water. When you do so, select up to 3 of the 3 following actions. Oh, okay, so you can choose 3 times one of the 3. So you can choose many times, at least 1. Oh, no. Okay. You can choose an action of the 3 following 3 times. Kind of the same thing, not really. Choose 1 forward, put it at the bottom of the owner's deck. Removal. Amazing. Choose 1 forward, put it at the... No, choose 1 backup, put it on top of its owner's deck. Amazing removal. And draw 2 cards. You can draw 6 cards with this Tidus. What? You can take away half the people's backups. What? That's an amazing Tidus right there. Wow, that's good. That is amazing and hilarious, honestly, not gonna lie. We also have the Sandworm, which we didn't need. We only had 1 monster in Earth though, so now we have 2. Nice. Let's read it. I don't know that it'll be useful, but 9,000 monster worm. During your turn, Sandworm also becomes a forward with 9,000 power. When Sandworm is put from the field into the break zone, choose 1 forward and break it. Removal. Okay. Now, if you have 3 damage though, when Sandworm attacks, choose 1 forward. It gains, if possible, this forward must block. Okay, so you definitely attack into people's life, but they choose the forwards. Now, you choose which one they must choose. That's pretty cool. Effectively, you choose which forward is going to defend Sandworm. So it says if possible. So if you tap or they tap them, it can't defend. It really can't. But if it's untapped and it can be tapped for any reason, then effectively you can have it block a 9,000. So it kind of serves as removal again. So it breaks and it tries to make fight. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I enjoyed that card. That's pretty nice. I don't know that it makes a cut, but it is pretty nice. Let's move on to Final Fantasy 13 though. We finished that series before Final Fantasy 10s. So right on those videos, we were talking about how another Shiva is upcoming and Jilnabat, and they're both going in the same deck, which is going to be the Snow, Fire and Ice. So we could actually make that deck into just Ice and get rid of the Fire, Ice, Snow, which is not the best one. It's actually more Dissidia than it is 13. So we could completely get rid of that, put these 2 cards in and get rid of all other fire cards, put them into another fire deck, which would be Noel's, and then get rid of Noel's monsters, which don't synergize at all. So maybe that's a good plan. That'll definitely be it. Yeah, for sure. That's a good idea. We can also, we have a New Hope. LOL, Star Wars. A New Hope and a new Alexander for that Hope. So those 2 are definitely going into the deck that's Ice Wind. so we can get rid of those wind monsters as well. Yeah, actually Cat 13 was played with monsters, and I really don't like that. So those are the first cuts that we make. Even if they are good monsters, they don't synergize. So flavoring function are not going in all the way. Hope on the Hope deck is way better, and so will its Alexander B, right? So obviously that's going in there. Then we have another Yagorosh. It used to be water, but now we got a lightning one. So pretty interesting. It could go into lightning deck. It could go into lightning deck that has no lightning cards for backups. And yeah, it could go into the deck along with Lumina or Lumine. I think it's Lumina. And then you have 2 backups for lightning like that. I think that could work. And we have another lightning, speaking of lightning, right? Another lightning, which is going to be a limit break. Like I said, I don't know. Oh, it says cards with limit break cannot be included in your main deck. Ooh, what? In the world? Okay, I guess the status is going to be cards 51, 2, and 3 then. Okay, those are additions. So we are breaking the 50 card format rule, 50 card rule in the format for them. Wow, that's pretty cool. Hey, we learned something. I guess I actually do know like 1% more of how to play. If only I knew what back attack meant, right? But yeah, it says when lightning enters the field, choose 1 lightning summon in your break zone and add it to your hand. Definitely going in the Odin deck, which is the only lightning forward, lightning summon. So we only have those summons in 1 deck. Add it to your hand. That's pretty cool because there's a lot of things that are sacrificing Odin, and Odin being a summon is a one-time use thing, so you can recur it. That's nice, and it's going in from outside of the deck. That's interesting. What is a limit break? I don't get it. Are they like side cards that you can play from outside but only once? Do they get exiled when you play them, or do they go to the grave? Very interesting. If they go to the grave and you put them all the cards into the deck, do they go back where they came from, or do they remain in the grave? Huh. Really interesting stuff. But yeah, this is definitely the set called Ask and You Shall Receive, because I was thinking of making a Garland Knight deck with all the Garlands that were lightning and fire. And look what we got. We got this cute little critter Garland, and we also got Lich, so that definitely heralds a new cycle of chaos cards, as well as the much needed second Water Warrior of Light, because the second one we got was actually a alternate art, not an actual reprint. Then we got another Kane, yay Dragoons, whatever. But we also have, we got to talk about this card too. I'm gonna leave it for last. We also got Angeals for the fire soldier deck. We got a deck that's fire lightning, and Angeal was only in lightning, so now we have Angeal in fire as well. That's pretty cool. Hint to Sack. Speaking of Sack, we have another soldier, which is going to be that Sack that's a limit break, so I'm guessing it can go outside. That's pretty interesting. And we also have a Cisne, a Sephiroth soldier, the G Assassin, and the Cloud limit break. That's pretty cool. And we also have the Moss Slasher and an Odin that's not going to 13, it's going to 7. But yeah, we didn't have any good summons. I think we didn't have any summons actually. Let me check that. Oh, my bad. We did have summons in lightning for 7. It's just the Rama. Yep. No Odin. So this is the first time we get an Odin, and it's pretty cool. It's actually a nice removal piece. But I already made a video about these cards. Okay, so it really is the Ask and You Shall Receive, especially on the Final Fantasy 10 and 13 front. But I wanted to give you guys a new clue on where we're going with this next, because the next series is going to be the following. Belius, the Gigas is Final Fantasy 12, and it's a new card. So we are going to be doing 12 next. So I already gathered all the summons. I always start by the summons because they're less and they're cheap, and yep, I can kind of figure out what to do with them when they allude to forwards, or then I buy the forwards to see what they allude to with the summons. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I think I also bought the monsters. They're very few, but it doesn't matter. We are gonna have that upcoming Cat 12, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you're enjoying. I hope you're enjoying the whole series, the Going in Blind. Let me know in the comments whatever you think, and are you as excited for this anima as I was? I mean, oh my god, and the Aron, that's a backup. We needed these cards. We really needed these cards. So let me know in the comments about if you're as excited as I am for this Hidden Hope set, as well as the upcoming sets, which only broaden our deck's horizon. Okay, so comment about that on the comments. Let me know, as well as like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.